Trust is one of the most powerful and essential aspects of life. It is the foundation of relationships, success, and inner peace. However, true trust is not based on complete understanding. Rather, it is the ability to believe without knowing everything. This concept applies to all areas of life, from personal relationships to professional growth, and even faith in a higher power. Trust allows us to take steps forward despite uncertainty, making it a crucial skill for navigating the challenges of life. From the moment we are born, trust plays a fundamental role in our existence. A newborn baby does not understand the world, but trusts their parents to provide love, care, and safety. They don't know why their mother holds them or why their father rocks them to sleep, but they feel secure because trust exists, naturally. As we grow older, trust becomes more complex. We start questioning things, seeking logic and wanting proof before believing. However, not everything in life can be understood immediately, and if we wait for complete understanding before trusting, we may never take the steps needed to grow. One of the most common areas where trust is tested is in relationships. Whether it is family, friends, or mentors, trust is required to build strong connections. A student may not understand why their teacher insists on certain rules or methods, but trusting their wisdom and experience leads to learning and success. Similarly, in friendships, we sometimes have to trust people without fully knowing their intentions or future actions. This doesn't mean blind trust, but rather an understanding that not everything can be explained in the moment. Trusting others is a risk, but it is also what strengthens relationships and allows us to support one another. Trust is also essential for personal growth. Many great achievements in history were made by people who trusted themselves, even when the future was uncertain. Scientists, inventors, and leaders have often had to move forward with belief rather than complete knowledge. Thomas Edison did not know for certain that he would succeed in creating the light bulb, but he trusted his process and kept trying. If he had waited for absolute certainty, he might have never taken the first step. Trusting yourself means believing in your abilities even when doubt arises. It means taking action despite fear, knowing that learning and improvement come from experience. Another important aspect of trust is faith in a higher power, or the belief that things happen for a reason. Life is unpredictable, and we often face situations that don't make sense in the moment. A person might experience failure, heartbreak, or loss, questioning why things are happening to them. However, trusting that every event has a purpose, even if we don't understand it yet, brings peace and resilience. Many people find comfort in their faith, believing that a greater force is guiding them, even when they cannot see the full picture. This kind of trust helps people remain strong during difficult times. Without trust, life becomes a constant struggle of doubt and hesitation. If a person refuses to trust others, they may miss out on meaningful relationships. If they do not trust themselves, they may never take the risks necessary to achieve their dreams. If they do not trust in life's process, they may spend their days questioning every event instead of embracing opportunities. Trusting without knowing everything does not mean being naive. Rather, it means having the courage to believe, even in uncertainty. At the heart of trust is the willingness to move forward despite fear. It is about letting go of the need to control everything and understanding that some answers come with time. Trust does not eliminate challenges, but it gives us the strength to face them. It allows us to build deeper connections, achieve greater success, and find peace in the unknown. In the end, trust is not about having all the answers. It is about believing that the journey itself will lead us to them. A child learning to walk is a beautiful and pure example of trust in its simplest form. When a baby takes their first steps, they do not understand the mechanics of balance, gravity, or movement. They do not have the knowledge of how many times they might fall or how difficult the process might be. Yet, despite this lack of understanding, they trust the process and take that first step forward. This moment captures the essence of trust, believing without knowing everything. In the early stages, a baby relies entirely on their caregivers. They trust that when they stretch out their arms, someone will pick them up. They trust that when they cry, someone will come to comfort them. This trust is not built on logical reasoning or experience, but rather on an instinctive belief in those around them. As they grow, this trust extends to their own abilities. When they attempt to stand for the first time, they have no prior knowledge of what will happen. They may wobble, stumble, or fall, yet they keep trying because they trust that they will eventually succeed. Parents and caregivers play a significant role in reinforcing this trust. When a baby begins to take their first steps, they often do so with someone holding their hands. The child does not question whether their parent will let go or whether they will fall. They trust that the guiding hands will support them. Even when parents encourage them to take steps on their own, clapping and smiling from a short distance away, the child moves forward, trusting that they are safe. This moment teaches a powerful lesson. Sometimes trust means letting go of complete security and stepping into the unknown. As the child continues to practice walking, they fall countless times. Each fall could be a reason to stop trying, but they don't. They trust that falling is part of the process and that they will eventually stand steady. Unlike adults who often overthink failures and hesitate to try again, a child embraces the experience with curiosity and determination. This teaches us that trust is not about never failing. It is about believing that failure is a step towards success. If a child refused to trust the process and feared falling, they would never learn to walk. Another fascinating aspect of this trust is that the child does not wait to fully understand walking before attempting it. They do not analyze the angles of their legs, calculate the force needed to move forward, or worry about the exact moment they might lose balance. Instead, they trust their instincts and take action. This is a lesson that applies to all areas of life. Often, people hesitate to start something new because they feel they need more knowledge or preparation. However, just like a child learning to walk, real growth happens when we take action despite uncertainty. Trusting without complete understanding is a skill that, unfortunately, many people lose as they grow older. Adults tend to seek control, predict outcomes, and wait for certainty before making decisions. However, the child learning to walk reminds us that sometimes we must take a leap of faith. We must trust that, even if we stumble, we will learn, adjust, and eventually succeed. This example of trust extends beyond childhood. Every great achievement in life, whether personal or professional, begins with a step taken in trust. Whether it's learning a new skill, starting a new job, or building a relationship, there will always be uncertainty. However, just like a child taking their first steps, we must trust the process and move forward. In the end, the journey of a child learning to walk is not just about movement. It is about the power of trust. It is a reminder that belief, persistence, and the willingness to step into the unknown are what lead to growth. Just as every adult once trusted enough to learn how to walk, we must continue to embrace trust in all aspects of life, knowing that every step forward, no matter how uncertain, brings us closer to success. Trusting others means relying on their wisdom even when we do not fully understand their reasoning. Throughout life, we encounter people who have more knowledge, experience, and insight than we do. These individuals, whether they are parents, teachers, mentors, or friends, guide us through challenges and decisions. However, trust is not always easy. It requires us to believe in someone's judgment, even when we do not see the full picture. This kind of trust is essential for growth, learning, and building strong relationships. From an early age, we rely on the wisdom of those who care for us. A child does not question why they must eat vegetables, sleep early, or avoid danger. They trust their parents because they believe their parents know what is best for them. If children refused to trust their parents' guidance, they would struggle to navigate the world safely. This early trust lays the foundation for how we learn to depend on the knowledge of others. As we grow, we begin to ask questions and seek understanding, but there are still moments when we must trust without having all the answers. One of the most important places where trust in others' wisdom is necessary is in education. Students often wonder why they must learn certain subjects or follow specific rules. They may not immediately understand why a teacher assigns extra work or insists on discipline. However, teachers have the experience to know what will benefit students in the long run. A student who trusts their teacher's wisdom will stay committed to learning, even when it seems difficult. Later in life, they realize that the lessons they once questioned were actually preparing them for future success. Similarly, trust plays a key role in friendships and mentorships. Good friends give advice based on their experiences, and mentors guide us with their wisdom. However, trusting someone's wisdom does not mean blind obedience. It means recognizing that their knowledge comes from experience we may not yet have. When a mentor advises patience in difficult situations, they do so because they have seen how rushing into decisions can lead to mistakes. When a friend warns us about a bad choice, they may be speaking from their own past regrets. Trusting their wisdom means considering their perspective, even if we do not fully understand it at the moment. In professional life, trust in leadership is crucial. Employees must rely on the decisions of their managers, even when they do not have all the information. Leaders often have a broader view of a situation, seeing factors that others may not be aware of. A team that trusts its leader's wisdom works more effectively, knowing that decisions are made with the bigger picture in mind. However, just as trust is given, it must also be earned. Wise leaders do not demand blind trust. Instead, they build it by making thoughtful and fair decisions. Trusting others' wisdom is also important in personal relationships. Families function best when members trust each other's judgment and experiences. Parents guide their children, but as children grow older, they also offer new perspectives to their parents. Trust is a two-way process where both parties respect and value each other's knowledge. In friendships and marriages, trust strengthens bonds, allowing people to support each other even when things are unclear. One of the biggest challenges of trusting others is fear. We fear being misled, making mistakes, or relying on the wrong person. However, wisdom is often built through experience, and no one grows without taking some risks. Trusting someone's wisdom does not mean never questioning or thinking for ourselves. Instead, it means recognizing when someone has valuable experience and being open to learning from them. Life is too complex for one person to understand everything on their own. Trusting others allows us to benefit from their knowledge and make better decisions. When we trust the wisdom of those who have walked the path before us, we gain insights that we might not discover on our own. Whether in school, work, friendships, or family, relying on the wisdom of others helps us grow, make better choices, and navigate life's challenges with greater confidence. Trusting yourself is one of the most important steps toward building confidence. Confidence is not something we are born with. It is developed through experience, belief, and the ability to trust in our own decisions and abilities. When we trust ourselves, we stop doubting every step we take and start believing that we are capable of handling challenges. This self-trust becomes the foundation of confidence, helping us face difficulties, take risks, and achieve success in life. One of the first ways self-trust builds confidence is by reducing fear of failure. Many people hesitate to take action because they are afraid of making mistakes. However, trusting yourself means accepting that failure is part of the learning process. When a person trusts their own judgment, they understand that even if they fail, they will learn from the experience and improve. This mindset removes the fear that holds many people back and replaces it with the confidence to try new things. Every small success that comes from trusting yourself adds to your overall confidence, creating a positive cycle of growth. Another way self-trust strengthens confidence is by helping us make decisions without constant self-doubt. People who do not trust themselves often look to others for validation before making choices. They hesitate, overthink, and second-guess their own ideas. While seeking advice can be useful, relying too much on others can weaken confidence. When a person learns to trust their instincts and abilities, they become more decisive. They stop worrying about what others think and start believing in their own ability to choose what is right for them. This independence in decision-making builds strong confidence over time. Trusting yourself also allows you to step outside of your comfort zone. Growth happens when we push ourselves beyond what feels safe or familiar. People who lack self-trust often stay in their comfort zones, afraid of taking risks. However, when a person believes in themselves, they are more willing to try new things, take on challenges, and explore new opportunities. Whether it is speaking in front of an audience, trying a new skill, or facing an unfamiliar situation, self-trust gives the courage needed to take that first step. The more risks a person takes, the more they realize their own capabilities, leading to greater confidence. Self-trust also plays a crucial role in handling criticism and setbacks. No matter how skilled or intelligent a person is, they will always face criticism and obstacles in life. People who do not trust themselves often take criticism personally, allowing it to weaken their confidence. However, those who have self-trust are able to differentiate between constructive feedback and unnecessary negativity. They use criticism as a tool for improvement rather than a reason to doubt themselves. When setbacks occur, they remind themselves that failure is temporary and that they have the strength to overcome it. This resilience, built through self-trust, is a key factor in long-term confidence. One of the most important aspects of trusting yourself is believing that you are capable even before you see the results. Confidence does not come after success. It comes from trusting yourself before success happens. Athletes, artists, scientists, and leaders all achieve greatness because they first believe in their own potential. They trust their hard work, talents, and determination, even when no one else does. This unwavering self-belief gives them the confidence to keep going even when the journey is difficult. Trusting yourself also leads to a healthier and happier life. People who lack self-trust often experience stress, anxiety, and self-doubt. They constantly worry about making mistakes, disappointing others, or failing. On the other hand, those who trust themselves feel more at peace. They know that no matter what happens, they have the ability to handle it. This inner peace translates into a confident and positive outlook on life. In the end, self-trust is the foundation of confidence. When you believe in yourself, you become fearless in the face of challenges, more decisive in your actions, and more resilient in difficult times. Confidence is not something that is handed to you. It is something you build by trusting yourself every day. The more you trust yourself, the stronger your confidence becomes. And with confidence, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Faith in a higher power brings peace by providing comfort, strength, and hope in times of uncertainty. Life is full of challenges, struggles, and unanswered questions. No one can predict the future or control every situation, which often leads to stress, anxiety, and fear. However, having faith in a higher power allows people to find inner peace, knowing that they are not alone and that everything happens for a reason. This trust helps individuals face difficulties with courage and accept life's ups and downs with a calm heart. One of the greatest sources of peace that comes from faith is the belief that there is a purpose behind everything. People often go through hardships and wonder why they are suffering. Without faith, they may feel lost, hopeless, or overwhelmed by life's difficulties. But those who believe in a higher power trust that their struggles are part of a bigger plan. They find comfort in knowing that even when things do not make sense, there is wisdom behind them. This belief allows them to endure pain with patience and strength, knowing that better days will come. Faith also reduces worry and stress because it shifts focus from personal control to divine guidance. Many people try to control every aspect of their lives, fearing failure and uncertainty. However, faith teaches that not everything is in human hands. When people trust in a higher power, they learn to let go of excessive worry and surrender to a greater plan. This surrender is not about giving up, but about finding peace in the knowledge that they do not have to carry every burden alone. Instead of constantly stressing about what might go wrong, they learn to believe that things will fall into place as they should. Another way faith brings peace is by providing strength during difficult times. Life is unpredictable, and everyone faces moments of grief, disappointment, or loss. In such moments, faith serves as a source of support. Those who believe in a higher power turn to prayer, meditation, or religious practices to find comfort. They feel reassured that they are not facing their struggles alone and that divine help is always near. This belief gives them the courage to keep going even when the path ahead seems difficult. Faith also helps people forgive and move forward. Holding on to anger, resentment, or regret can create emotional turmoil. Many spiritual teachings emphasize forgiveness, reminding people that letting go of negativity leads to peace. When individuals trust in a higher power, they understand that justice is not always in their hands and that everything will be taken care of in its own time. This understanding allows them to release grudges, heal from past wounds, and focus on positivity rather than dwelling on pain. Another important aspect of faith is the sense of community it creates. Many religious and spiritual beliefs encourage togetherness, kindness, and compassion. When people gather for prayers, worship, or discussions about faith, they feel a deep sense of connection and belonging. Knowing that others share the same beliefs and struggles provides comfort and reassurance. Faith-based communities offer support, guidance, and love, making it easier for individuals to face life's challenges with a peaceful heart. Faith in a higher power also instills gratitude, which is another key factor in achieving peace. When people trust that they are blessed and that everything they have is part of a divine plan, they learn to appreciate life more. Instead of focusing on what is missing or what is going wrong, they focus on what they have and how far they have come. Gratitude shifts the mind from negativity to contentment, leading to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Ultimately, faith brings peace by giving people a sense of purpose, reducing fear, providing strength, encouraging forgiveness, fostering community, and inspiring gratitude. It reminds individuals that they are never truly alone, no matter what challenges they face. In a world full of uncertainties, faith serves as an anchor, keeping people steady and hopeful. By trusting in a higher power, individuals find the peace that no material success or worldly achievement can provide. Choosing trust over fear leads to growth because it allows people to take risks, embrace new opportunities, and overcome challenges with confidence. Fear is a natural emotion that exists to protect us from harm, but when it controls our decisions, it limits our potential. On the other hand, trust gives us the courage to step into the unknown, believe in ourselves, and move forward despite uncertainty. Every time a person chooses trust over fear, they take a step toward personal development, success, and a fulfilling life. One of the biggest ways trust leads to growth is by encouraging people to take risks. Many people avoid change because they fear failure, rejection, or disappointment. However, real progress happens outside of the comfort zone. Whether it is starting a new business, pursuing a passion, or making an important life decision, trust is necessary to take that first step. Trusting the process, trusting one's abilities, and trusting that challenges will lead to learning experiences allow people to move forward instead of staying stuck in fear. Every successful person has faced moments of doubt, but their trust in themselves and their vision help them push through and grow. Trust also helps people overcome fear of failure. Many individuals hesitate to try new things because they are afraid of making mistakes. However, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. Those who trust themselves understand that mistakes are valuable lessons rather than signs of defeat. They see failure as an opportunity to improve rather than as proof that they should stop trying. This mindset allows them to continue growing, learning, and moving forward, while fear only holds them back. Another important way trust leads to growth is by strengthening relationships. Fear often creates doubt, suspicion, and insecurity in friendships, family bonds, and professional connections. When people let fear control them, they hesitate to open up, ask for help, or rely on others. However, trust fosters deeper connections by allowing people to be vulnerable, communicate honestly, and build strong relationships. In any partnership, whether personal or professional, trust is the foundation for growth. When people choose to trust instead of fearing betrayal or disappointment, they create healthier and more supportive environments that help everyone grow together. Choosing trust over fear also allows people to embrace change. Life is constantly evolving, and resisting change out of fear only creates stress and frustration. People who trust that change brings new opportunities and growth are better able to adapt and thrive. For example, someone facing a career transition can either fear the unknown and resist change, or trust that the new path will bring new experiences and success. Trusting in the journey, even when the destination is unclear, leads to new learning opportunities and personal development. Trust also plays a crucial role in self-confidence. Fear often whispers negative thoughts, creating doubt and insecurity. People who give into fear start believing they are not good enough, not smart enough, or not strong enough to succeed. However, trust silences these doubts by reminding individuals of their potential. When people trust themselves, they develop the confidence to speak up, take initiative, and believe in their worth. This confidence leads to greater achievements and personal growth. Another key way trust leads to growth is by encouraging perseverance. Fear often makes people give up too soon because they assume they cannot succeed. However, trust helps individuals stay committed to their goals even when things get difficult. Whether it is an athlete training for a championship, a student working hard for an exam, or an artist perfecting their craft, trust keeps them motivated. They trust that their efforts will pay off, that struggles will lead to success, and that every challenge is a step toward improvement. In the end, trust is what allows people to unlock their full potential. It pushes them beyond fear, helps them embrace challenges, and leads them toward success. Every great achievement begins with trust. The trust to take the first step, the trust to continue despite difficulties, and the trust to believe in oneself. While fear keeps people stuck, trust sets them free. By choosing trust over fear, individuals open the door to endless possibilities, personal growth, and a life filled with courage and achievement.